Oops. I wonder if it's starting on the wrong one. Oh. Where am I at? There we are. Okay. October 3rd. Let me. Oh, there it was. Back to home.
Fetched in night.
Yeah, what he said. All right. I played that one yesterday. Let's go this one. Jumping from Josh to James. Appreciate it. What's going on? Yeah, I kind of just wait for him to get done. So try not to disrespect anybody. that I know, you know, trying not to cut into anybody too much, if at all, but still don't want to push it too late, since I usually wind up about 5. It's all about cross-listing for me now. I just got to get all my eBay stuff over into Bendu. There's just too many what ifs. It's hard to play the game when you don't know the rules, and the rules change every day. And the rules are controlled by a machine. If you guys could please hit that like button. Maybe it'll get a little bit show up in other people's on their YouTube feed a little bit more. Because I had so many people yesterday who didn't know I was even live, so I tried to share it, or I did share it, but I don't even know what I did here. Okay. Yeah, that's the one good thing about doing this 22 years. You learn a lot of what not to do. Like some of the responses on my today's video, the two that I read, they actually did make the mistake. One was a racing shirt that they used the word Mustang in, but it wasn't a Ford shirt. So yes, that's going to be taken down. And then after that one, that's when I started like, well, maybe that Jaguar's being targeted, even though it's a more broad word than even Mustang, more commonly used with teams and animals. And you don't hear about wild Mustangs, you hear wild horses, so I think Jaguar is more of a broader term. So, but I'm kind of leaning toward that over the explanation of it's just the brand Gildan. So I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to reach out to that school, get an email saying that that shirt is real, and then I'm going to forward that to eBay and tell them to take that strike off my account and see if that works. If I don't get this call back, or if the callback doesn't go in my favor, which, because there's no reason it shouldn't. And then another person said they used the word Ford on a Gildan shirt. And I know Ford branded does not print on Gildan shirts. I know that. Like there are certain brands that license their brand name out to certain brands. Like GM, I believe, if I remember correctly, GM licensed to Infinity branded hats, but next to the Infinity logo on the hat, it'll say licensed by GM. So that's when you know it's okay to sell like a Ford or a GM shirt. If it don't have a registered trademark, if it don't say licensed by, or if it doesn't have the actual GM logo on the t-shirt or the Ford logo, it has to have one of those three, or you will get popped for it. But see, that's all stuff I know and have dealt with. I got nabbed on a Dodge shirt about a month ago. It was like Josh said, a dealer promo, but the parent company vetoed. Yeah, and it depends on where that promo shirt was from. If it was from a dealership, then yes, I could see that happening. If it was from the company as a whole, then that shouldn't be a case. But from what my experience with Dodge is, they usually have on their license stuff, even when it's their name on the tag, it usually says official license or whatever on Dodge items. Dodge, Chrysler, basically. Chrysler owns Dodge, Jeep. And then Maserati owns them. When you deal with enough stuff, you kind of see how companies do things and know what's right and what's wrong and what not to take a chance on. So the fact that a high school Jaguars shirt was taken down, the Gildan thing doesn't make sense to me the more I think about it. That it has to be, they put in the generic term Jaguar to look for Jaguar branded items, and if it don't have the Jaguar brand, then it must be counterfeit, without taking into consideration that little league teams, schools, everything else use the term Jaguar too. So that's where I'm kind of in the middle. I'm like, I don't know what the right answer is, because I've been given no correct answer, and from all my knowledge, I don't have a correct answer. My answer is the shirt is fine. I'm being, something else is wrong here. Especially being it's been up for 5 years. I probably should have took it down because it didn't sell. I would have never had this problem in the first place. seriously just thinking about getting. I've been throwing this option around so much lately. Is just getting into the wholesale business. Just start lotting everything up. 5 storage lockers. Just start lotting it up, and I can literally go out and fill my truck 3 times a day if I wanted to with merchandise on the cheap, on a very cheap, that I could lot up and make money on. So with every little thing that happens, it's pushing me closer and closer to that. Because it just gets tiring after a while. Hey, Chris. But he targets his groups to buy from him. Yeah. First time stopping in, watching the videos. Daily. Thank you. Thank you much. Appreciate that. Yeah. I don't know. I might throw some lots up for auction to see if auctions are working now for me. Because I've had a lot of problems with auctions not working for me. Going from 100% sell-through rate to 0. But it's been several years now since I even tried it. Just start an auction lot business. Change it up and move it out. Whoops, what am I doing? I need to go here again. But first step is going to get as much as I can over into Vendu so I can get it up on Poshmark. Because if I can start pulling in as much money or more on Posh every day, then I'm fine with that. And from early indications showing, I can actually earn more on Poshmark than I can eBay right now, which is still totally odd to me for me to say. If I struggle to get a $500 day on eBay with 52,000 items, but I can almost hit a $100 day with 3,000 items on Poshmark, something's just not right. Auctions have really upped my sales, had no issues. Yeah, it just turned off for me 1 month because I was doing lots for auction actually as just an extra added little income on top of what I was already doing. I was doing like an extra $100 a week just on bulk auctions, And I did it for like 3 months with 100% sell through rate. And then the next month, zero. No lookers, no bids, nothing. And then about a year after that, I decided to try again. So I put like 10 CDs, good CDs, up for auction. And after 4 days, I still couldn't find them in search on eBay. They had no views. So I just ended the auctions and haven't been back since. And that was the beginning of all the issues I've been dealing with for the past 2 years with eBay. So it's kind of where it all started for, or where I noticed it started for me anyway. Then I started getting the server failures and system errors and all that crap. So I got to make sure I do more cross listing stuff this month than eBay listing. It's going to make me feel better to go on vacation next month and at least have a little less worry on my head that if something does go bad, I'm at least doing something about it. I think I might see how Jan feels about. I might skip my payroll for a full month just to get some backup money, just in case something happens, to give me time to rebuild on Posh or whatever, if I'm not already there. I I I want to say I can't see nothing happening, but I didn't expect that high school T-shirt to be taken down either. So that's why I'm trying to convince myself that there's an answer there, and that it's Jaguar. I'm trying to give myself an answer so I don't worry about it. I decided to sit for the day. I'm like, my mind's already stressed out. I'm just going to relax my body instead of standing all day. Like, yeah. Take a chill pill. Yo, Eric, what's up? Message retracted. I don't know how eBay's going to handle the notes I had her put in telling somebody in the upper management to call me. So I told her to put in the notes that I'm going to call a lawyer if nobody calls me back because it's been 3 times that somebody's supposed to call me back and they haven't. They may take offense to that. But hey, I'm taking offense to what they're doing. Right? Tell them to tune into my cross listing stream. The amount of people who have used my Vendu code. I mean, I'm not that big on YouTube here, but the impact I've already had with people crossing over, in my estimation, is pretty big for one person. Calling a lawyer is trying to research your right. Yeah, I'm talking about telling them I'm going to call a lawyer, though. I don't know if legally, after I say something like that, if they can reach out to me. After I said that, I thought about that. I'm like, I may have just made sure the phone call doesn't happen. You know, with big businesses, they don't want to get involved in any. It's not in their job description, right? It'll go straight to the legal team type of thing. I thought about that after I said it. Like, I probably messed up. But that's all right, because they're messing up. Not that an eye for an eye is the way I live my life, but emotions and frustrations sometimes can get the best of somebody when it keeps happening. When you're when something wrong, you know, wrongly accused, if you will. I've always taken that a little more personal than I should. One of my flaws. Wish it wasn't such a pain. I'd just end all my eBay listings and relist them like 1,000 at a time and move them over to Vendu that way automatically. But that'd be a big pain. Not that this is not a pain. Did I just do that one? I don't remember which ones I did already. Not paying attention. The Cubs. This is the type of stuff I'm worried about next. What? Oh, it's because I just ended it, so it hasn't read it yet. Like Honda, even though it's a beach, am I going to get struck down for it because it's a car brand also? Baya Honda. Or I don't know about a beach, but a place. wrong thing. Um, Let me look here. What's it was a counterfeit claim. I took it as a Vero because they were gonna. To me, it's the same thing if you're going to get suspended. So I took it as a Vero, I guess. Yeah, counterfeit item policy, but yeah, there was no person to get back to, so. So I guess it was more counterfeit than Vero, technically, yeah. Because we have sent you an educational notice about this policy previously, we want to give you a final warning. But all the things that were taken down, I thought they were reinstated because they weren't fake. So now I don't know what the hell's going on. So you see, I mean, this statement right here, I'm being wrongly accused. So it's just, you can't just go around wrongly accusing people of things. You just can't do that. Shouldn't be able to just do that anyway. But yeah. Shirts and hats. What's your humor? Yeah, it makes no sense. The hats stopped after I changed all the unbranded brand names to just the word hat. So then that stopped. So at least for now. They told me it was eBay reported. That's all that was their exact terms. So I took it as their system that took down the hats. Because I know the hats they were taken down automatic. They weren't put in front of a person. Because the person who I talked to on the phone about the hats was kind of lost. He didn't understand why they didn't go in front of a person. So that just made me that just kind of told me they don't even tell their employees, what they're doing. I mean, this guy was in the counterfeit side, and if he acted like he didn't know there was an automatic bot taking things down, or why it didn't go in front of a person, then if he's lost and he's working in that department, there's probably no hope for us. And when they took down the hats, they didn't. There was no. It wasn't. There was nothing against the account. It wasn't a warning. Wasn't don't do this. It said obviously don't relist these again, but there was nothing threatening your account. Where now this one is actually a threat. So. Yeah, that's what with the hats. That's why I think changing the problem is not knowing the rules, and the way I'm taking it with the hats is because they were all like Budweiser sponsored hats. So the brand of the hat was technically unbranded. So I think it was meshing the brand item specific with the brand in the title, and since they weren't correlating, they were getting taken down as counterfeit. And if you play that same premise to the shirt that just happened, the term Jaguar is in the title, and it's not a Jaguar branded item, even though Jaguar is a bigger term than Budweiser. So if you put that into the same perspective, is that the reasoning behind it? If that's the case, I'm not going to say I shouldn't get another, but I'm trying to minimize getting another, being I changed some of the Gildan brands just to the word shirt. But then again, if it picked up Gildan and Jaguar and clashed it, it would pick up shirt and a brand name and clash it. So who knows? It's just, it's ridiculous. But hey, if I can get better sales on Poshmark, then you know what? We're going to find out if I can or not. $15, $30, $60, $90. 7, 7, 6,000. Right, so I can make if I can average, so it's not 9. With Poshmark, I've averaged almost 900 for the last 2 months with only 3,000 items. 3,000 times 10 is 30,000. So if I have 30,000 items on Poshmark, that could technically be $9,000. So technically, I could by the numbers, early numbers, make a little bit more right now on Posh if I had everything over there. But of course, not everything sells as well over there as does on eBay, so you have to take that into consideration too. So. Oh wow. Yeah, those sponsored hats are where it seems like at least the biggest gray area is so far. At least with me. This last one's kind of got me confused though. That's why I can't figure it out. Okay. Seems like they're just trying to make it like the program that takes it down. There's more variables than just item specifics matched with title. And I think right now that's what it's putting one and one together, coming up with an answer before they see the whole equation. it almost feels like we're expendable because this technology will save them a lot of money by not hiring X amount of people to do it. So if X amount of sellers get kicked off the site, oh well, we'll make it back up in payroll by not paying payroll out to X amount of people. And that's just pure speculation there. But basically, at the end of the day, it's only going to affect us and not them, unless something legal happens. You may shut off for me at what time? 1 o'clock? 1:32. It's hard not to feel defeated when you can't see what's being thrown at you. That's funny. I haven't been there in a while. I haven't been to Lambert's in 5 years or so. Took my dad when he was here. It was the last time I went. gonna get off here. I'm gonna take her out front and give her her lunch. Maybe sit outside for a little bit and get some fresh air. Just beating myself up too much today. Alrighty. Thanks everybody for hanging. And I'll probably see you tomorrow if you're here. I'm sure for copyright reasons, but really expected some more metal. Yeah, that's the only reason this music's playing, because it's copyright free. So, or it would be all metal. So, all right, take care, guys.